Disaster strikes and your phones fail, you cannot reach your family. That can't happen, Joe, not in today's day and age. Yeah, it can during some disasters, and it has happened in 2024. This is the interesting statistic. So few people understand that 60% fail to have a plan if they cannot reach their loved ones by phone. So I'll go through in 5 minutes and talk about some techniques you can do to really prevent this scenario from taking place because you planned ahead. Joe coming at you, Rx Healthy Habits. In today's series we're doing on disaster preparedness, we like to talk about one of the most important things, I think, when it comes to disaster preparedness, and that is communication with your loved ones. Vital. Let's go. Number one, what do you need to have? Well, number one, to get started, you need to have a good contact list. Contact list is going to have all the names and numbers of all the people you need to communicate with when phones fail. And maybe when phones fail, then come back, phones fail and come back, maybe they're off and on. You need to have that contact list so when you can get through, you can talk to them. So that's very important. And also, maybe on that contact list, you want to have a place where you meet in case you cannot reach them, a meeting point. That's important. But on the contact list, you want to have all that information, especially people that you're checking in on that maybe are elderly that you're checking in once in a while. They're especially going to need to make sure that you don't forget them, that you check in on them. And the other thing I'm thinking about is two-way radios and walkie-talkies. I live just on the outside of one of my sons, lives just on the outside of the range of a walkie-talkie. So I have to look at ones that have a little bit better range to reach them. But usually they're good for short distances. But there's also two-way radios right now that have longer ranges because they work off some national cell towers. That's interesting. So there's a lot of things out there to help you communicate. But the most important thing, number one, is to have that contact list. Number two, you want to set up a meeting point, and usually two different ones. One might be a community center that's in your area that you're going to meet at, and the rule is if you can't reach anybody, then we're going to meet at the community center. The other thing might be a neighbor's house, and another one might be in another area that you think is going to be safer ahead of time that you assert. You can't always get this right, but to definitely have a meeting place, one or two, which means if, let's say, I couldn't reach my wife, I would know that I would have to get to the neighbor's house or I have to get to the community center to meet up with her if she wasn't at the house. All right? And that's very important to have those two meeting locations. Three is to do some drills. And this is very important, especially if you have children, to make sure they really understand that if they can't reach you by phone, here's where they should go or here's what they should do. Sometimes it might just be staying put depending on the disaster. But the point is you have to practice these and make sure everybody understands and possibly even have a printout of steps to take when this happens. That's so important. And a lot of people don't think the fact that once they have a plan, they have to make sure everybody understands it and they have to rehearse it once in a while. So I hope that tip helps. As always, come to our website, RxHealthyHabits.com. We have a great blog in there. And in there, I have a lot of stuff from FEMA. I have a lot of great references, many different things to help you how to develop a family communication plan. I think there's actually even a checklist in there that's going to be very helpful on the blog. So all this information is there. I just usually do a quick flyover when I do the videos because I know that you can access all this information anytime you want, but especially when you watch our video and you come to our section where it has the blog that you can go into at RxHealthyHabits.com, everything's there. So I hope that helps. And hey, you know what? When it comes to disaster, the number one thing is I really want to talk to my family and really get an idea that they're safe, and I want to make sure that I can communicate with them. That's the most important thing when it comes to, I know water and food's important, but guess what? First things first. Family comes first. God bless.